بخسا ومنا القاسطون فمن أسلم فأولئك تهدوا وأن لو استقاموا على الطريقة لهم فيه ومن يورز عن ذكر ربه يسلكه عذابا صعدا بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. اور یہ کہ ہم میں سے نیک بھی ہیں اور اس کے سوا بھی اس پر ایمان دے آئے. پھر جو کوئی اپنے رب پر ایمان لائے تو اسے نہ تو کسی نقصان کا خوف ہوگا اور نہ ظلم کا. اور یہ کہ ہم نے مسلمان راہ ڈھونڈ لی لیکن جو ظالم ہیں تو وہ جہنم کا ایندھن بنیں گے. اور وحی کی گئی ہے کہ اگر لوگ سیدھی تو اسے وہ بڑھتے چڑھتے عذاب میں مبتلا کرے گا. صدق اللہ العلی العظیم. Before I dear students and colleagues from EMMRC, it is a great privilege to be here in this Mountain Degree College, Kargil. We feel proud in saying that this orientation program, which is meant for all state colleges, has been started from this place. The Indian higher education system is said to be one of the largest sectors in the world with around 600 universities and 35,000 colleges. Despite of this, India is hardly able to register 15% of gross enrollment ratio as against 23% at global level. The Government of India through MHRD is trying its best to enhance gross enrollment ratio so as to bring it at least at par with world average. Realizing the fact that the demand for higher education shall always surpass the given infrastructure, the UGC way back in '84 had launched the countrywide classroom programs to experiment with the dissemination of education through some slot on national network of Doordarshan. This event gave rise to the establishment of site studio for production and transmission of school-oriented programs, initiation of the countrywide classroom of the UGC with CC as the nodal agency by creating educational media resource centers, EMMRCs, and audiovisual resource center, AVRCs, which are now called EMMRCs in several universities of the country. Now, Educational Multimedia Research Center, EMMRCs, are doing the production of educational programs, and Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC, at New Delhi is coordinating the whole activity. The CEC, together with its 21 UGC media centers, is now entrusted with the running of 24/7 Vyas Higher Education DTH channel, which is present in Kargil also, and generating the e-contents for the courses taught at undergraduate level, based on the syllabus approved by UGC, which had further filled with the launching of National Mission of Education by NME ICT. So use of ICT can break down some of the barriers that lead to underachievement, student dissatisfaction, and educational exclusion. However, when one looks around, in most of the colleges and universities across the country, lack of harnessing of this potential is visible. Diffusion of ICTs in Indian universities and colleges would respond to the 21st century demands. I feel privileged by welcoming all the honored guests on the dais who, despite their busy schedule, have ensured their presence on the occasion. I also welcome the respected college professors and dear students for their overwhelming participation. To give you an idea about this whole development, may I request Director...
Assalamu alaikum. Honorable and respected Principal Madam, Dr. Amir, our honored Additional DC Kargil, Hassan Khan Sahab, respected teachers from... It's a great pleasure for me to be with all of you here. and sharing some of the experiences that we have with all of you. Before I do that, I feel it my duty to express my gratitude to district administration in Kargil and college principal for making this event happen. I must also confess that our Minister of State for Higher Education and ICT, Janab Feroz Khan Sahab, was also very keen that this orientation program should be conducted in Kargil, and he was himself also very keen to attend the inaugural function. But as you know, the ministers and the bureaucrats, they are always short of time. There was some emergency meeting today in Srinagar, and he could not make it. But he talked to me on phone and conveyed his blessings for this orientation program. And in fact, he thanked the UGC and the CEC and the MRC and the University of Kashmir for choosing Kargil as the first venue for these orientation programs that we are planning to conduct throughout the J&K state. He also told me to convey that in his capacity as Minister of State for Education and ICT, he will try to help all those proposals that may come forward from the teachers or from the college in strengthening the ICT base in Kargil, because he realizes that Kargil has a special need, and the students of Kargil and the teachers of Kargil deserve the facilities and access to e-resources at par with the students in Srinagar and Jammu, if not at par with the students and teachers in the metropolitan cities. Having said that, I welcome you all this morning. I will give a brief presentation. Of course, it's a longer presentation. I will try to make it shorter because I understand that our additional DC will have so many other things to attend in the district administration, especially when the Deputy Commissioner is not here and when most of your council members are in Srinagar. I have chosen this topic, virtual teaching and learning, equalizing educational opportunities. Before I begin the presentation, I am aware, as I have been experiencing for the last 2 days, I have been in Kargil, that Kargil does not have the basic internet facilities. I am also aware that the things probably which I will be talking about, which they will look very alien in the sense because you don't have access to them. Nonetheless, I am confident that the transformation of the technology is taking place so fast that days will be not far away when Kargil can have access to e-resources, and it can happen even within a week's time, given the keenness and the interest that our district administration, that our council, and that our college administration will take. Then I don't think it should be difficult for more than 10 or 15 days to get access to e-resources, and I will utilize this platform and the presence of our additional DC here, that they will do something to make the e-resources available to our students in the different parts of Kargil district also. This is very important because, as you understand, if we go through the presentation, today they say that the global economy will be predominantly knowledge-based. Earlier, it used to be like, if you have more industries, if you have more produce, if you have more things, then your GDP will go higher. But they say that the future economy will be determined by the level of the education of your citizens. That's why we come across the new terminology like knowledge society, knowledge economy, knowledge per capita, commodification of knowledge, seamless and borderless education. Knowledge is being right now packaged internationally and marketed internationally. And this packaging is being done even from a very small countries, and they are making money on internet. Gross enrollment ratio, which Tariq Saab was referring to, is now considered an important indicator of development and prospect of a nation. Higher the number, better the prospectus. If your GER is higher, then definitely you have better prospects and then definitely you can make more money at the international market. And if that is the case, then India's advantage should lie in its population. India has 1 billion plus population, that's 1.22 billion, and over 66%, that's more than 808 million, are below the age of 35. What? So this is, the teacher has to transform himself. He has to assume the role of a guide now, rather than becoming a sage, going to the dais and start delivering a lecture. He has to evolve a more participatory mechanism in the class. He has to evolve that, allow students to talk in the class, encourage students to whatever they have learned outside about a particular topic, come to class and share it. I mean, that's how it is being done in the West. Unfortunately, we are way behind. Now, some of you who have access to internet must have come across this YouTube. How many of you have heard about YouTube? All of you? That makes me comfortable. Now, what do we use this YouTube for? When I ask this question in Srinagar also, the people will say to listen to some good songs, to see what's happening in Kashmir, what has been uploaded from Shupian, what has been uploaded from Handwara, what has been uploaded from Kargil, and then to see what Shah Rukh Khan is doing, and then to see what's happening in cricket, all those videos. But then YouTube has it's an exciting source of education. It has video lectures on almost all subjects. It has demonstrations, experiments, and rare educational videos, which you can share with your students. Like I can show you one. I understand that we don't have much time, but I think it will be worth to show you at least one. Like this cell communication. No doubt how good teacher you are. You may be a very good teacher, you may have very good communication skills.
By the brain. When someone is frightened, a stress response is initiated by their reaction to an environmental signal. But many signals don't stop here. A signal received by the brain can be passed on to many types of cells throughout the body and have widespread effects. Signals get sent around the body by traveling through the nervous system or bloodstream, going from cell to cell. You could think of the cell's sole purpose in life as keeping signals going or initiating new ones in response to the environment. Once a signaling molecule from the bloodstream reaches a cell and docks, the signal is passed into the cell. In the lungs, the signaling molecule docks on muscle cells wrapped around bronchioles. But these cells relax instead of contract to allow more oxygen into the blood. Because the protein machinery inside each kind of muscle cell is different, this single type of signaling molecule can cause both relaxation and contraction. Many signaling molecules work this way.
There are people who work for New York Times not as correspondents and reporters, that is, the old thing, as their editors. They edit their pages from Srinagar and then send it back. There are teachers in India who take classes and tutorials in the night for the colleges and the institutions in the West, because it becomes cheaper for the educational institutions there to engage a teacher in India. Through technology, they make him available to the students in the West. So the concept of electronic quotage has already come into being. It's only that a matter of time that we have to use this technology to remain relevant to ourselves and then remain relevant to our students. With these words, I thank you all of you for a patient hearing of this particular presentation, and I hope that all of us will put our heads and hearts together and make use of technology for the betterment of education. And I must thank the additional DC for staying here throughout this presentation, as well as the madam for allowing me to have such a long presentation for the benefit of our students and teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shahid Rasool, Director, EMMRC, for this elaborative and thought-provoking presentation. Additional Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Hassan Khan Sahab, our chief guest, has been very helpful since we reached Kargil. Sir, may I request you to kindly give your valuable remarks on this occasion.
Principal, Dr. Shahid Sahab, طارق صاحب اور ان کے رفقۂ کار، کالج کے پروفیسر صاحبان، اسسٹنٹ پروفیسر صاحبان، لیکچرر صاحبان، عزیز طلباء طالبات، میں شاہد صاحب اور ان کے ٹیم کا بہت ہی مشکور ہوں کہ اپنے مصروفیات میں سے وقت نکال کر کرگل تشریف لا کر ہمارے اساتذہ اور ہمارے طالب علوم کو موجودہ ٹیکنالوجی کے بارے میں پچھلے گھنٹے سے بہت ہی مفید ایک پریزنٹیشن پیش کیا۔ میں اس دور کے اساتذہ اور اس کے دور کے طالب علم ان کو مبارکباد پیش کرتا ہوں، اور یہ ان کی خوش نصیبی ہے کہ آپ ایسے دور میں تعلیم حاصل کر رہے ہیں جیسے انہوں نے فرمایا اگر ہم کوشش کریں گے تو ہم کشمیر میں بیٹھ کر، دہلی میں بیٹھ کر، باقی باہر کے ملکوں میں بیٹھ کر ہم یہاں تعلیم حاصل کر سکتے ہیں، لیکن صرف ہمیں محنت کرنا ہے، کوشش کرنا ہے۔ جب 60s میں ہم تعلیم حاصل کرنے کے لیے اسکول میں ایڈمیشن لیے، یہاں میرے خیال میں میڈم قاری کو پتہ ہوگا شاید، باقی میرے خیال میں تو سب جوان ہیں، فرسٹ پرائمری سے لے کر 5th پرائمری تک تو صرف ایک ایرانی قلم اور ایک تختی لے کر ہم مشق لکھتے تھے۔ اس کے لیے ایک نرم مٹی ہوتی ہے جس کو ہم اپنے لوکل اس میں زبان میں پیو کہتے ہیں، اور تختی کو کالا کر کے پھر اس کو اس زمانے میں یہ بھی کہوں گا کہ وہ شیشے کے ایک ٹکڑے سے رگڑ کر شائننگ پیدا کرتے تھے، لیکن وہ شیشے کا ٹکڑا بھی ہمیں نہیں ملتے تھے۔ ہمارے گاؤں کے اوپر ایک آرمی کا وہ تھا، پوسٹ تھا، تو آرمی جب وہ بوتلیں پھینکتے تھے تو ہم نیچے سے جا کے وہ بوتل کے ٹکڑے لا کے ہم اس تختی کو شائننگ کرتے تھے، پھر اس پر مشق لکھتے تھے، پھر جب وہ کالک لگا، ہاتھ کالا ہوتے تھے، کپڑے کالا ہوتے تھے، اور میں یہ بھی کہوں گا کہ وہ کالک بھی آسانی سے اچھا ملتا نہیں تھا، لیکن آپ لوگ بہت خوش قسمت ہیں، خدا کی فضل سے ہر جگہ ترقی ہوا ہے، وسائل ہے۔ ابھی میں بھی اپنے لیول پر کوشش کروں گا کہ ہمارے کالج میں انٹرنیٹ کی فیسلٹیز ہو۔ میں ڈی سی صاحب سے ریکویسٹ کروں گا کہ کہیں نہ کہیں کچھ نہ کچھ کر کے یہ ہمیں لانا ہی ہے۔ تو آپ لوگ بہت خوش قسمت ہیں کہ آپ اس دور میں تعلیم حاصل کر رہے ہیں۔ تو ابھی ڈاکٹر صاحب نے کہا کہ آپ ٹی وی تو دیکھتے ہیں، لیکن اچھی چیزیں آپ دیکھتے ہی نہیں ہیں۔ ابھی خدا کے فضل تقریباً ہر گاؤں میں، شہر میں ٹی وی ہے، کیبل ہے، ہر گاؤں میں یہ کیا کہتے ہیں ڈش ہے، بہت کچھ ہے، لیکن اس کا آپ فائدہ اٹھا نہیں رہے، صرف پکچر دیکھتے ہیں، یا کچھ زیادہ تر وہ کیا کہتے ہیں کرکٹ میچ وغیرہ دیکھتے ہیں۔ تو آپ کو یہ دیکھنے کا موقع نہیں ہے، آپ کو اپنے تعلیم کا جو فائدہ ہے وہ کہاں سے حاصل ہوتا ہے، اس میں آپ کو کوشش کرنا ہے۔ تو میں زیادہ وقت نہ لیتے ہوئے ڈاکٹر صاحب اور ان کی ٹیم کا بہت مشکور ہوں کہ 1 گھنٹہ ایک ایسا پریزنٹیشن پیش کیا۔ اگر فائدہ اٹھانے والے ہمارے طالبات ہمارے اساتذہ صاحبان کو بھی، چونکہ ہمارے جتنے بھی لوکل اساتذہ صاحبان ہیں سب نئے ریکروٹ ہوئے ہیں، سب جوان ہیں، تو ہمارے طالبات کی وہ بہت بھرپور گائیڈ کر سکتے ہیں تعلیم کو بڑھانے میں. تو میں آپ سب کا اور باقی ہمارا اساتذہ طالبات سب کا مشکور ہوں کہ یہاں بلا کر 2-4 لفظ بولنے کا موقع دیا. لیکن ہمارے طالبہ جو اسٹوڈنٹس یہ ہے طبقہ ہے اس کو محنت کرنا ہے. زمانہ وہ نہیں ہے. ہمارے زمانے میں میٹرک پاس کیا تو ڈھونڈ کے لاتے تھے، چلو بھائی نوکری دے دیں گے، بلا کے لاتے تھے. لیکن آج وہ زمانہ نہیں ہے. آپ لوگوں کو 40 سال تک آپ انتظار کرنا پڑ رہے ہیں نوکری کے لیے. تو ہارڈلی آپ کو 5-10-20 سال آپ کو ملتا ہے بعد میں نوکری کرنے کا. تو میرے یہی اس میں ایک میں شارٹ فال یہ محسوس کر رہا ہوں کہ جو ہمارے لوکل میڈیا ہے ان کو مدعو نہیں کیا ہے. یہ ایک تھوڑا شارٹ فال ہے، چونکہ جو آپ کا جو میڈیا ہے وہ یہاں لے کے جائیں گے سری نگر، تو جو آپ لوگوں نے ہمارے یہاں اویلیبل سپیچز دیے ہمارے میڈیا کے لیے زیادہ وہ کام نہیں ہے. تو وہ کم از کم 1 ہفتہ 10 دن وہ کنٹینیوسلی ریلے کرتے بیٹھتے ہیں تو اس کو بہت فائدہ ہوتا تھا. لیکن یہ کمی میں محسوس کر رہا ہوں. تو اب سب کا بہت بہت شکریہ. والسلام علیکم.
کے بارے میں بات کی اس کی طرف میں آپ کے توجہ مبذول کرانا چاہوں گا. ہم نے یہاں کے جو ریڈیو ہیں ان کے نمائندوں کو کل دعوت دی تھی، لیکن یہاں پہ ہمیں خوشی ہوئی کہ یہاں کیبل نیٹ ورک جو لوکل بھی چل رہے ہیں ہم ان کو ایک بنا کے دیں گے سی ڈی، تو وہاں پہ وہ چلا سکیں گے اور جو باقی لوگ بھی اسے فائدہ اٹھا سکیں گے. Before I request Honorable Principal Dr.
These are some of the films that this is the pen drive which has come from CC. It has VTV programs as well as some e-contents which students can make use of.
Creators all the way. Right from Srinagar, we have been in touch with Madam for last 15 days, and I am bound to say these things that it was Madam's keen efforts.
MRC, University of Kashmir, for college staff and students. Today we have a team of experts from Department of EMMRC, University of Kashmir, who are here to organize a detailed orientation program on e-resources, its implementations and implications. I am highly thankful of Department of EMMRC and the organizers that they have chosen our college for such an important event which is being organized in the state for the first time, and I hope that they will continue this trend in future as well. Sure. Dear students and staff, today we have a better understanding of this program. You all must know what exactly e-resources imply to. I am trying to explain it in the way I felt most appropriate. All electronic hardware, software, and associated data like multimedia, data, video, and voice network, electronic mail, scanner, or any other smaller electronic-based media can be termed as e-resource. For the purpose of research database, these are defined as online information resources including bibliography, database, electronic reference books, search engine, etc. E-resources can be used for many positive outcomes. It will provide greater and quicker access for students to material for support their learning, more interaction in face-to-face and blended teaching, much more effective delivery of lectures using online film sequences, etc. Ease of use and improve communication with students. It is important for libraries since most of the students call for research works which require analysis of immense data, which is generally very expensive and time consuming. But by using these e-resources, faculty students will have easy access to required materials and lesser expenditure and very less time. Dear students, like every scientific development, e-resources also have its negative implications. So, it is users' responsibility to use these resources in a manner that is efficient, ethical, and legal. Remember that the use of these resources is a privilege and not a right. Now, taking an opportunity, finally, I would like to bring some of the achievements of the college administration and would also like to draw your kind attention towards some of the problems being faced by our college, especially our ADC, Hassan Khan. As you know, Degree College is the only premier institution in the district providing higher education from undergraduate to postgraduate. The college has established in the year 1995 with undergraduate courses of only art stream and diet building, with 11 students and 20 sanctioned posts of teaching and non-teaching staff. Now, God willingly, due to the constant hard work of the college administration, loyalty of staff, and their being in distress, the roll of the college is touching 1,000. And now, commerce stream, science stream, geology subject, and courses like MA, BEd, Mono, IGNO. We have different structures like science block, arts block, EduSat, information. Increasing role of students, we have different problems like deficiency of classrooms,
Very much, Madam Principal. Now I request my colleague, friend, Senior Professor Evamalsi, Mr. Shankar Habib, to present
To present the vote of thanks on behalf of EMMRC University of Kashmir, collaboration and coordination. In this regard, it is my moral obligation to thank all those who made it possible to have this one-day orientation program in Kargil. At the outset, I thank Director CEC New Delhi for giving us the direction to conduct this type of program at various colleges in J&K. Our sincere thanks to Principal Government Degree College Kargil, Dr. Amina Kari, for her cooperation in executing this program. We are thankful to District Administration, especially DC Kargil, Mr. Fida Hassan, for the support he provided to us for conducting this program. We are thankful to ADC Mr. Ghulam Hassan Khan, who despite his busy schedule, made it possible to show his presence here and encouraged us and noticed certain things they have shown towards us when we are in Kargil. To have such type of programs, they are, as Shahid Saab put it rightly, they are to be packaged. They don't happen just like that. So I express my thanks to Dr. Salima Jan, who's our research scientist, and Mr. Tariq Abdullah, engineer Abdul Rashid, who meticulously packaged this program and how they are going to execute this program at various colleges in J&K. Now, it's not enough to conceive an idea or a program. What's important is for whom it's to be conceived, who are the recipients. So, in the end,